Hello, guys. We are back with another preview. To my left, we have got Christian. Hello and welcome to the channel.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just working at the moment, but I'm having a little bit of a break to do this. And the sun is shining here in Sweden where I'm living, so I'm quite happy. And Liverpool is doing well at the moment too, so life's good at the moment.
Yeah, I mean it's a big game on Sunday. I mean both Liverpool doing well and Forest are doing well. I mean, how has Liverpool been this season? And I mean they are in the Premier League. I mean we all know that they are challenging up there, but how do you feel they are doing?
Well, I can't complain really. They are doing great, and they have been doing great for a few seasons now. Even though with the Premier League and competing with Man City and the total points that both teams have had the last couple of seasons is incredible. So I can't really complain about anything. Obviously, this season started well. Had a bit of a drop off for us a few months back, and we were quite many points behind Man City. But today it's just only 1 point. So it's another proof that you shouldn't think that the season is over just because you have a gap. Obviously, it's hard to fight against teams like Man City, and you got Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United as well. But at the moment, it's Man City and Liverpool who are the greatest teams, I would say, in terms of performances and keeping a level. But yeah, as soon as the gap started to, be more of a minor gap, things started to go well, and we're in a really good run at the moment. So, I'm just trying to enjoy my football because, obviously, with the pandemic behind us, just trying to enjoy now that people can actually go and watch it. And I'm actually going over myself in April to watch Liverpool. I haven't been over for a while due to pandemic. So I would say the main word is enjoying my football.
I mean, with obviously it's nice to be back in Grant. I mean, obviously through the pandemic we weren't allowed in, so we weren't really enjoying it. I mean, it is nice that we are, to say the least. I mean, with this one that you have been on to come back behind Man City, what would you put it down to?
Sorry.
With the one that you have been on, and now getting
Oh,
back
yeah.
to behind Man City, what would you put it down to?
At the moment, just psychological. I think we're in a better place, but it will be hard. You can never write City off. You can never say that they will, easily drop points. They did now against Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace is a tough opponent away. But you just have to win your games, and I think in the end, obviously I wish Liverpool to win the Premier League because we did it when during the pandemic, no one could be there to celebrate it, which was horrible, to be honest. Even though I'm really happy that we won it after 30 years, but I think it will come down to the last game. I think it will. I think it will be a run down to the game against Wolves, and I can't remember now. Who Man City plays the last game, to be honest. But we play in Wolves at home, and I think that will be the decider of it, which will be tough for my heart all the way through.
Yeah, they always say that stress levels are pretty high when you watch football matches. So
yeah.
Obviously, it must have been really bad for Liverpool to win the Premier League after nearly 30 years and not being able to be there to celebrate it. I mean, I can't only imagine Forest doing it. I mean, it probably tear me to pieces if they won it and we weren't being able to be there.
Yeah, and from a personal point of view, I had during that spring, I had 2 games planned to go over to Liverpool to watch. I think it was against Aston Villa and obviously last game against Chelsea to be able to hopefully be there if they won it. And obviously they kept on going, and we knew that we were going to win it. It just was a matter and question of when. Due to the the cancellation, for the time being, And obviously, my trips had to be cancelled too because no one was allowed to travel. So, from a personal point of view, I was, I was broken at that time. But after a bit of perspective, I was just very happy that we won it, and I was more sad for my friends in Liverpool who I know who has been going to the games since they were kids every single weekend and not be able to actually be there after 30 years since last time. So I was firstly sad for myself, but then I realized, all the people over in Liverpool should have been able to be there. And celebrating a trophy also is great in Liverpool. We see the parades when they won the Champions League. That's the moment you live for. So I hope that we can do it now again to actually get a proper celebration as it should have been the last time. And I lived in England for a few years and followed Liverpool obviously every weekend, home and away, for 4 years. And but they were not that good then. So I'm trying to come over now, every now and then, to meet up with mates and also to be able to see them and to watch them now when they're being brilliant. You can't complain. And I just hope that they can win for the local fans and the fans worldwide too, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you guys are going up for the quadruple this season. You
Yeah.
already won the League Cup. I mean, how important is Sunday's game against Forest? I mean, it will be a very good game against two informed teams.
Yeah, obviously it's important. If you have obviously if you have to pick between Champions League and the Premier League and the FA Cup, you will probably say that FA Cup we can lose that and move for the other two. But I'm in for all trophies this season. Now, when you get the chance, obviously you should go for them. So it's an important game. It's against Nottingham Forest. That is a classic team, classic club. It's a tough opponent away game at the City Ground. Great fans. I don't see it as a simple game or an easy game. I think, like Klopp said, obviously there might be some rotation due to injuries, but you want to have the best team available because it's not easy. You guys beat Leicester, you guys beat Arsenal. It's no easy games. They are good teams. So you have done really well. You're doing quite well in the championship too. I think you're on the seventh or eighth.
Yeah,
I
seventh.
don't. Yeah, and it's never easy. You should never underestimate. So for me, it's an important game. I want to go for all trophies, but I realize that it's not an easy task to go to Nottingham and think that you should just be able to go and win 3, 4, 5-0 because you won't. You need to put a really good shift in and work for it.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, quite a lot through Forest fans I've been talking to saying that they are looking forward to the Liverpool game because get to reignite that sort of like rivalry what there was like under like 30, 40 years ago when Forest beat Liverpool to get the league, won European Cups and all that. So
Yeah.
quite a lot of like the older generation of fans are like really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the thing. For you guys, and obviously you're hoping for to be able to go to the Premier League again and you be up there. And like I said, a classic club like Nottingham should be up there. So I wish you the best in the Championship and hope you actually being promoted to Premier League in a near future. Because I'm a football romantic too, so I really adore the clubs that has history, that's been around for a long time and won major trophies back in the past. Great ground, great fans, and all that. So I can imagine that you guys are really looking forward to the game as we do. And I think that from you coming from two games against, it was Leicester, Arsenal, Leicester, and then Huddersfield in the FA Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you've done great results, playing good football too. So I think it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool, but I think also it's going to be a great game for people who go to the ground to watch it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it will be a great atmosphere as well, especially at the start. Obviously, you guys singing "Never Walk Alone," and we got Milligan Tars. So the atmosphere on the day is just going to be like tremendous. I mean, I can imagine on people watching it on TV and all being there.
Yeah, and how many people does your ground take? It's like 35 or
30,000.
yeah. So it will be a great atmosphere. It's a good ground. I've never been to a city ground, which I would like to, but I've been in Nottingham and I've spoken to Nottingham fans before in different channels, and you're a you're a bunch of really what do you call it, like us, you're mad supporters who love your team and you support them and you sing loudly and all that. So I think it will be a great atmosphere and a great game for both players and supporters, and I'm really looking forward to it, even though I have to watch it on TV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It will be really, really good atmosphere. What your score prediction do you think it will be for the match?
uh, I think Liverpool will win it. I don't say that we will do it easily, but that's my, we're in a great run, and I hope we win it, obviously. But I don't think there will be major differences. I would say maybe it will be 2-1 or 3-1 to Liverpool, something like that. But I don't think there will be 4-5-0. But maybe 2-1.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's quite a regular storyline on this channel 2-1. Um, funny enough, yeah, I can see it being a 2-1, 3-1 game. I think obviously we're expecting Liverpool to come with a swan side, and we have got a couple of injuries, but I do think we'll put out a really, really swan side anyway. And I kind of see it being a 2-1 or 3-2. I think it would be more of a bit of quality than like mistakes, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, and I think, like Klopp said too, and what I've read, Trent is out with the injury now, so we just rest him because we obviously want to use him for Man City game later on if he's available. So he's not available now. I think there were talks about Salah still could feel some pain in his foot, so I would say rest him too for other games, and I think they want to rotate too. I think players like Minamino, Joe Gomez will play, and Minamino's been our cup player, this season. He's done great in the Carabao Cup, which we won without his goals and help through that, and he scored some nice goals in the FA Cup too. So I think he would play just to just keep on hopefully scoring and do play a big part in the FA Cup. But yeah, but apart from that, I would probably say we see Tsimikas play on the left back instead of Robertson. Konate maybe going in for Matip. I would say that we could rest Thiago as well if we can, because he's injury prone. He's been out, but when he plays, Liverpool is really great. So I would like to save him for Watford and Man City games coming up, and also the Champions League. Without saying, that you should just go in against Nottingham Forest and just think that it should be an easy task, because it's not. So, but I think some rotation would be good.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, we probably see Swan this side, so that we're trying to do. So, yeah. So I'd actually thank you for Christian for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. It was nice. Thank you for having me.
It's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content as usual. So I'd like to say thank you for watching and goodbye.